Hi, welcome to another video. So, XAI has just made Grok 4.5 available on the free tier in Grok CLI, and you can use it all you want right now. You just need any X or Grok account, and you're good to go. No credit card, no API key, no waitlist, nothing. You just sign in and start coding. Now this is quite a big deal because Grok 4.5 is XAI's latest model, and it's actually a pretty solid coding model. It's trained heavily on agentic coding tasks, and from what I've seen so far, it holds up quite well against the other frontier models. And now you're getting it for free inside a proper coding agent in your terminal, which is just amazing. If you don't know, Grok CLI is XAI's coding agent that runs in your terminal, kind of like Claude Code, OpenCode, or the Gemini CLI. You give it a task in plain English, and it goes through your codebase, reads the files, makes the edits, runs the commands, and gets the thing done. It's the same agentic workflow that everyone has moved to these days. The CLI itself has also gotten pretty good. It's now powered by Grok 4.5 by default. And it comes with a native subagent view, so you can see what the subagents are doing while they work on different parts of your task. It also has a plan mode integration, so you can make it plan things out first before it touches any of your code. There's mouse support, a full-screen terminal UI, and the usual stuff like Shift-Tab to switch modes and Control+Dot for shortcuts. Overall, the experience is quite polished, and it's honestly at the level of the other big CLIs now. To install it, you can just run the install script from x.ai/scli. Just open your terminal, run the curl command from their page, and it'll set everything up for you. Once that's done, launch it, and it'll ask you to sign in. You can use your X account or your Grok account, whichever one you have, and that's it. You're good to go. You can start sending it coding tasks right away. I gave it a few tasks on a test project, and it handled them quite well. It plans things out, edits multiple files, fixes its own errors when a command fails, and the subagent view makes it easy to follow what's going on. Is it better than Claude Code? I wouldn't go that far yet, but for a free option, it's genuinely competitive, and that's what matters here. Now, about the free tier, they are saying that Grok 4.5 is free to use for a limited time, and there's no end date published anywhere, so we don't really know how long this will last. Historically, these free windows after model launches tend to last a few days to a few weeks at most. So if you want to try it, I'd say do it now while it's still free. Once the window closes, you'll probably be pushed to their paid plans or API pricing. But as of making this video, I've been hammering it with tasks and I haven't hit any real limits. So for now, it's basically unlimited usage of a frontier model, which many of the students who watch my channel would definitely like. Anyway, now let's come to the elephant in the room because I know a lot of you saw the drama, and some of you have been asking me about it in the comments. So there were talks that Grok CLI was uploading your entire codebase to their cloud. And this wasn't just some random rumor. A security researcher actually analyzed the network traffic and found that the CLI was sending full Git repositories to a Google Cloud storage bucket. And I mean everything. Your source code, your Git history, and even committed secrets like API keys and tokens. The researcher found that it was transmitting way more data than what was actually needed for the coding task. We're talking thousands of times more data than necessary. And here's the worst part. There's an improve the model toggle in the settings, which you'd think would stop this kind of thing. But it did absolutely nothing about the uploads. Even with the toggle turned off, the repository uploads to their storage bucket just kept going. The toggle only controlled training consent, not the actual data transmission, which is really bad. Like, if you give users a privacy toggle, it should actually control the data leaving their machine. Otherwise, what's even the point? But this seems to be fixed now. And I'm saying seems because of how they fixed it. A day after the report went public, XAI pushed a server-side change, and when people retested the exact same binary, the uploads had stopped. The server was now returning a flag that disabled the codebase upload behavior. Multiple retests were done after that, and no repository uploads were observed in any of them. So, the behavior is gone. The thing is, they did all of this silently. There was no client-side update, no changelog entry, no public announcement, nothing. They just flipped a switch on their end and moved on. They've also added a /privacy command in the CLI now, which gives you a self-service control over this stuff. So at least there's a proper control now, but it came after the disclosure, not before. Elon also said they're doing a purge of the collected data, but again, take it with a grain of salt, because there's no way for us to verify any of that from the outside. So where does that leave us? Well, the issue itself is fixed for now, but the way they handled it wasn't exactly confidence-inspiring. A silent server-side fix with no acknowledgement is not how you rebuild trust after something like this. If you're working on anything sensitive, proprietary or client work, I'd still be a bit careful with it. Maybe test it on throwaway projects first, run the /privacy command, and check your settings, and keep your secrets out of your repos in general, which you should be doing anyway. But if you're just building side projects, learning to code, or messing around with personal stuff, then honestly, this is a really good option for sure. You're getting free, basically unlimited access to a frontier coding model inside a polished terminal agent. That's not something you get every day. Ever since the other providers basically started rug pulling on their limits, free options like this have become a lot more valuable. If you ask me, I'd say grab it while the window is open, use it for the non-sensitive stuff, and let the paid tools handle anything private. That's the setup I'd go with. And if XAI keeps the CLI improving at this pace and stays clean on the privacy side, this could genuinely become one of the main free coding agents out there. Overall, it's pretty cool. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you liked this video, consider donating through the Super Thanks option or becoming a member by clicking the Join button. Also, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye.